Have you ever wondered how basketball came to be? The story begins on a chilly winter's day in 1891 in the town of Springfield, Massachusetts. A young physical education instructor named Dr. James Naismith was faced with a challenge. His students were growing restless, cooped up indoors due to the biting cold outside. He needed a game that could keep them active, yet be safe to play within the confines of a gymnasium. Inspired by his childhood games, Naismith devised a game involving a ball and a peach basket. The objective was simple: throw the ball into the basket to score points. With these basic rules, an indoor game that emphasized agility and accuracy over physical strength was born. And thus, the game of basketball was born, not on a professional court, but in a simple gymnasium. But what did the first ever basketball game look like? Picture this. It's December 21st, 1891. In a humble gymnasium, 18 players are getting ready for a game unlike anything they've seen before. Yes, it's the first basketball game in history split into two teams of 9. Now, you might think of flashy dribbling and slam dunks, but they were nowhere to be seen. In fact, the concept of dribbling wasn't even a glint in the eye of the game's creator. And the goal? It wasn't the nets we see today, but rather a simple peach basket. Imagine the excitement, the novelty as the players maneuvered the ball towards the basket. It was a game of finesse, not speed, with players focusing on passing and shooting rather than flashy moves. The game had begun to take shape, but it was far from the basketball we know today. So how did we go from a peach basket to the modern basketball hoop? Well, let's dive into the evolution of rules and equipment that shaped the game we know and love today. In the early days of basketball, dribbling wasn't even a part of the game. Players would simply catch the ball and throw it towards the goal, but as the game evolved, so did the rules. Dribbling was introduced to add a new level of skill and strategy, making the game more dynamic and exciting. As for the equipment, the original peach basket used by Dr. James Naismith had its limitations. The bottom of the basket had to be manually emptied every time a player scored. So, in the late 1890s, the peach basket was replaced with iron hoops and a hammock-style basket. This quickened the pace of the game, but again, retrieving the ball after a successful shot was still a bit of a hassle. The solution? A hole in the bottom of the basket. A simple yet game-changing innovation. Now the ball could just fall through, and play could continue without interruption. But we still weren't quite at the modern net and backboard just yet. It took several more years of trial and error before the hammock-style basket was replaced with an open net. Around the same time, the official basketball was created. Prior to this, a soccer ball was used. The new ball was larger, heavier, and designed to bounce. This new equipment not only made the game more engaging, but also differentiated it from other sports. So the game was evolving, becoming faster, more dynamic, and more distinct. The rules and equipment were changing, adapting to the needs of the players and the excitement of the spectators. This wasn't just a game anymore, it was becoming a sport. Basketball was beginning to look more familiar, but there was still a long way to go. The journey of basketball, from a simple game to an international sport, is a testament to innovation and adaptability. And the evolution didn't stop here. But we'll get to that in the next part of our journey through the history of basketball. When did basketball start to spread beyond Springfield, you may ask? Well, it wasn't long after Dr. James Naismith nailed that peach basket to the gymnasium wall. The game of basketball, with its simple rules and exciting play, began to catch on like wildfire. The YMCA, where Naismith was a physical education teacher, played a crucial role in this. With its nationwide network, the YMCA quickly spread the game across the United States. From the bustling streets of New York to the sunny beaches of California, basketball began to weave its way into the fabric of American society. But the game didn't stop at the borders of the United States. No, basketball had a passport, and it was ready to travel. The YMCA, with its global outreach, introduced the game to international audiences. From Canada to China, from Australia to Argentina, basketball was embraced with open arms. The simplicity of the game, needing only a ball and a hoop, made it accessible to people of all backgrounds and cultures. In 1896, just 5 years after its creation, basketball saw its first intercollegiate game. This marked an important milestone in the history of the sport, as it began to gain recognition in academic circles and further popularized the game among young people. Fast forward to 1936, Berlin, Germany. The stage was set for the 11th Olympic Games, and a new sport was added to the roster. You guessed it, basketball. This was a significant moment, marking basketball's official recognition on the world's biggest sporting stage. It was a testament to the global appeal and growing popularity of the game. Basketball had taken the world by storm, but the best was yet to come. The game continued to evolve, pushing boundaries and breaking barriers. From its humble beginnings in a Massachusetts gymnasium to its global domination, basketball's journey is a testament to the power of a simple idea and the universal love for a good game. But when did basketball become professional? Well, believe it or not, the birth of professional basketball as we know it today didn't happen until the mid-20th century. The year was 1949, and two rival leagues, the Basketball Association of America, or BAA, and the National Basketball League, or NBL, decided to put their competition aside and merge. This historic merging led to the creation of the National Basketball Association, better known to all of us as the NBA. The NBA was not just a new name, but a new era for basketball. It brought together the best teams and the best players, all under one organization. It was a game changer, both literally and figuratively. But the NBA didn't stop there. They realized that to keep the game exciting and competitive, they needed to keep innovating. And so, in 1954, just 5 years after its inception, the NBA introduced the shot clock. This ingenious addition was a 24-second timer that reset every time a team made an attempt on the basket. The shot clock added a new layer of strategy to the game. Teams could no longer stall the game by holding onto the ball, they had to make a move. The shot clock sped up the game, made it more thrilling, and most importantly, it leveled the playing field. Fast forward to 1979, and the NBA was ready to shake things up again. This time, they introduced the three-point line. This new rule rewarded players with an extra point if they could make a basket from beyond a certain distance. Suddenly, the court had a new dimension, and players had a new challenge. The three-point line transformed the game, making it more dynamic and unpredictable. The NBA's innovations didn't just change the game, they changed the sport. They made basketball more than just a game, they made it a spectacle. They turned players into stars, and they turned the game into a global phenomenon. With the birth of the NBA, basketball had officially entered the big leagues, and it's been nothing but net ever since. So where has all this history brought us? Basketball, once a humble gymnasium game invented to keep students active during winter, has grown into a powerful cultural force. Its impact is felt far beyond the whistle-blasted boundaries of the court. Today, it's a global phenomenon, a language that transcends borders, and a platform for change. In every corner of the world, from the pulsating courts of Brooklyn to the sandy makeshift arenas of Angola, basketball is more than just a game. It's a lifestyle, a community, a tool for education, and a beacon of hope. From the NBA's outreach programs to local basketball clinics, the sport has played a significant role in nurturing talent, fostering community spirit, and promoting social change. Basketball's influence in pop culture is equally profound. It's interwoven with music, fashion, and film, creating a unique blend of art and athleticism. From hip-hop artists name-dropping players in their lyrics to high-end fashion brands collaborating with athletes for exclusive sneaker lines, basketball has become an integral part of the cultural fabric. Then there are the iconic players, the giants who've shaped the game and left an indelible mark on its history. Think of Michael Jordan, whose gravity-defying leaps and clutch performances transcended the sport, making him a household name around the world. Or Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, whose rivalry in the 80s captivated fans and elevated the NBA to new heights. And let's not forget the modern greats like LeBron James and Stephen Curry, who continue to redefine the game with their exceptional skills and influence both on and off the court. These players, and many more, have used their platforms to advocate for social issues, becoming role models for millions and proving that basketball is more than just a sport. It's a platform for positive change. From a simple gymnasium game to a global phenomenon, basketball has indeed come a long way. And as it continues to evolve, its impact on society, culture, and individuals around the world will undoubtedly continue to grow. So there you have it, the fascinating journey of basketball. From its humble beginnings with peach baskets to the adrenaline-pumping slam dunks of today, it's a story of evolution and passion. A simple game that has grown to captivate hearts globally, basketball is so much more than just a sport. It's a testament to the power of innovation and the universal language of sportsmanship. Remember to subscribe and share this video with your fellow sports enthusiasts. Stay tuned for more fascinating sports history.